Welcome to This Explainer. You know, if you've ever looked at a problem in your community and thought, man, someone really needs to fix that, well, this is exactly for you. Today, we're demystifying the whole process of starting a nonprofit in Texas. We're going to take you right from that passionate, world-changing vision in your head all the way to a fully recognized tax-exempt organization. But look, before we even think about looking at a single piece of paperwork today, let's just take a second to appreciate the profound personal fulfillment that comes from actually stepping up. Starting a nonprofit is so much more than just filling out government forms, right? It's about building a real vehicle that allows you to feed families, advance education, protect the environment, or tackle literally whatever cause sets your heart on fire. And hey, you're in incredibly good company here. Right now, there are over 130,000 nonprofits in Texas already out there making a massive impact. But here's the thing, with so many amazing organizations out there doing the work, your specific, unique mission really has to be the powerful spark that drives you. It's that unique passion that's going to sustain you through all the legal and bureaucratic steps we're about to cover. Okay, so here's our 6-part roadmap for today. We're going to cover the power of purpose, building your legal foundation, incorporating in Texas, federal tax-exempt status, state compliance and operations, and finally, resources and final steps. Let's dive in. Starting with Section 1, the power of purpose. So it's actually really fascinating. The IRS requires your nonprofit to be organized exclusively for specific exempt purposes, meaning your mission statement isn't just, flashy marketing copy for your website. It's a strict legal boundary. Whether your overarching purpose is charitable, educational, religious, or scientific, this foundational statement is going to dictate everything, from your state incorporation all the way to your federal tax exemption application. Moving right along to Section 2, building your legal foundation. Now, an absolutely crucial legal distinction of a Texas nonprofit corporation is exactly how it handles its money. Can a nonprofit generate revenue? Absolutely, yes. But, and this is a big but, every single penny of that income must be completely reinvested back into your mission. It absolutely cannot be distributed into the pockets of its members, directors, or officers. No way. So before you even think about filing any actual documents, you've got to get your foundation locked in. First, you need a unique entity name, one that stands out and is distinguishable in the Texas Secretary of State's database. You obviously need that overarching mission statement we just talked about, and importantly, under Texas law, you must appoint a minimum of 3 initial directors to form your governing body. These are the folks who will provide oversight and take on fiduciary responsibility for the organization. You also absolutely have to appoint a registered agent. This is super vital, guys. A registered agent is basically your organization's official point of contact for the state of Texas. Now, this must be an individual resident or an authorized business entity with a real physical street address. You literally cannot use a P.O. box for this. They're the ones responsible for receiving all official legal and tax correspondence during normal business hours. Which brings us to Section 3, incorporating in Texas. Okay, let's dive into this incredibly efficient process. In Texas, you're going to file Form 202, which is also known as the Certificate of Formation, with the Texas Secretary of State. And honestly, it's a steal. For a filing fee of literally just $25, you list your name, your registered agent, your 3 initial directors, and boom, you officially breathe life into your corporation. But heed this warning very carefully. If you just grab a basic state template for Form 202 and forget to include what's known as the IRS magic language, well, you're setting yourself up for a massive headache. The IRS specifically requires a strict purpose clause and a dissolution clause, which basically ensures your assets are permanently dedicated to a charitable use. Without these exact clauses in your Texas filing, your federal application down the line will completely fail, causing you costly amendments and major delays. All right, on to Section 4, federal tax-exempt status. When the IRS gets their hands on your application, they are going to heavily scrutinize your operations. They are looking for absolutely zero private inurement. What does that mean? It means no insiders, no founders, and no board members can be secretly lining their pockets with the charity's tax-exempt funds, beyond fair, reasonable compensation for services actually rendered, of course. If you violate this, you can kiss your exempt status goodbye. Now look at the massive contrast between your 2 application options here. On one hand, you've got the comprehensive Form 1023. This is a pretty hefty application designed for larger organizations. It carries a $600 user fee and requires detailed narratives and deep financial histories. But wait, there's the streamlined Form 1023-EZ. It's only a $275 fee and takes a fraction of the time. But beware, you can only use the easy form if you meet strict eligibility requirements, like projecting under $50,000 in annual gross receipts. Choosing the wrong form here can literally cost you months of delays. Next up is Section 5, State Compliance and Operations. Okay, looking at the compliance lifecycle here, so many founders just assume that getting that IRS 501c3 recognition automatically exempts them from Texas state taxes. No way. It absolutely does not. You actually have to specifically file Form AP-204 with the Texas Comptroller and attach your IRS determination letter to it just to get your exemption from state franchise and sales taxes. Oh, and don't forget, Texas is also going to ask you to file a periodic report, Form 802, about every 4 years to stay in good standing. To build a truly strong operational framework and actually keep your hard-earned status, you've got to play by the rules every single day. It's like maintaining a high-performance engine. You'll be issuing Form 01339 to your vendors so you can make those tax-free purchases. You must never ever miss your annual IRS Form 990 filings. You've got to have a rock-solid conflict of interest policy in place. And remember, as a 501c3, you are strictly prohibited from participating in any political campaigns. And your lobbying activities? Those must be kept completely insubstantial. And that brings us to our final section, number 6, resources and final steps. Listen, you really don't have to do this all alone. You can tap into the Texas SOS Direct portal to do your name searches. Definitely read through IRS Publication 557 so you fully grasp all the tax-exempt rules. You can even leverage AI legal drafting tools like Spellbook, for instance, to help craft really accurate IRS-compliant bylaws and articles without missing that crucial magic language. And honestly, strongly consider professional registered agent and compliance services. That way, you can focus on your actual community impact, not just drowning in administrative paperwork. Now, I do need to remind you, while this explainer provides a pretty awesome and comprehensive map, forming a legal entity is a big deal with permanent consequences. So this information is for educational purposes only. It does not constitute legal or financial advice. We highly recommend consulting a legal expert, an accountant, or a professional formation service that's tailored to your specific situation to ensure total compliance. You now have the map to navigate the bureaucracy of Texas and the IRS, the whole shebang. The only thing missing now is you. If your community's future depends on your vision, what is the very first step you're going to take today to turn that passion into a reality? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and good luck building your nonprofit.